Hey guys, Nicole here. I know it's been forever. I'm back. I'm so excited to be back. A quick kind of update. As many of you know, like in the last 3 years, I haven't been around very much. We had moved from our house out in the country back to town, which was a great move for our family, but we lost a lot of space, and so I haven't had a scrapbook room. And really, most of my scrapbooking in the last, I don't know, three and a half years have been just on my weekend getaways with Angie. I may have done a little bit, but that's mainly when I've done most of my scrapbooking. And so I kind of haven't done videos or video series. I've done a few videos here and there. I also, in the last 2 years, I've opened two more of my businesses. So I now have 3 corner nooks in this part of the state. And so last year we opened one in the summer, and then we opened a third one this year, and in a couple of different smaller communities around here. And so I've been very busy, and so I just haven't been around. This summer especially has been crazy because we opened our third one, which was very, very busy, but we also moved in the middle of that. So now, thankfully, we have more space, a little bit of a bigger house, and I have scrapbooking space again. And so I'm so excited about that. Now, it's not as big as the room I had back when we were out in the country. We're still in town, but we're on the edge of town, so we were kind of like part country, part town. But I do have like a good portion of our basement. We have a finished basement and like family room, and then I have half of a really large office I share with my husband, and so I have some of my stuff in there. And I'll at some point do a video on that, but just generally how I kind of have it separated, what is in my space in the living room, in the family room. I have most of my product, and then there's a storage room directly behind me that I'm going to store some product in there as well, like the stuff I don't access quite as often. And then in my office, I have a whole Calyx unit full of like pictures and memorabilia, all this stuff that I'm actually scrapbooking. And so I kind of have that all organized in there, and which is good because I have a daughter who's a senior this year, which is also another kind of realm of craziness in my life right now. But, and so I kind of liked having the pictures in there because as I start to kind of sort through everything, kind of in preparation for graduation, I'll have a bit of space in there to kind of sort through all that, as well as digitally. My computer will be in there too. So that will be good. Anyway, and so I'm back. And so I have a huge layout share for you guys. And then today or tomorrow, I'll also have a haul video for you as well. I have some random Hobby Lobby stuff from the last few months, a couple scrapbook.com orders, and I'm patiently waiting a cherry on top order. There's a lot of back order on it, and so I have another big order coming in, but I'll just do it separately because it's kind of a large one because I haven't shopped as much. So when I shop, I kind of get all the stuff I want in one big in one big order. And so anyway, so I'm going to stop talking. That is my update. I hope you are all doing well. It's been a crazy couple of years on so many levels. And so I just hope that you are all doing well. And I'm looking forward to, I may not be as consistent as I was before. Like I said, my life is just in general a little bit busier now, especially with the senior in high school. But I hope to be on here more regularly and kind of getting back into the scrapbooking thing a little bit more regularly, or as much as I can. So anyway, with that said, some of these layouts you guys may have already seen. I basically just, as we moved, and as I unpacked all my scrapbooking stuff, I had like this kind of pile of layouts, and a bunch of them were from a very recent, I did sneak in a getaway with Angie for about 3 days and scrapbooked quite a bit of pages. But then I had some from before that, and I think it was a mix of some things I'd done at Holmes, maybe our last 1 or 2 trips with her. So this is a pretty big layout share. And so, and some of them I may have already shown, but basically I compiled the group of layouts that are not put away I'm like, I'll just show them all that way. Whatever, I don't have to look back and figure out what I did and didn't show already, and I'll just show them all, and then you've seen everything I've made up to date, and then I can get them put away into my album since they are all unpacked and hopefully in place where I will keep them. Although I tend to rearrange a lot until I get it perfect, but right now I think they're probably in a good place and accessible for me to put my layouts away, which is very important. So anyway, with that said, let's show some layouts. 5 minutes into it, right? Well, hey, it's been a while. So so this is an 8.5 by 11 layout I did. Just a class picture that I think I took off Facebook. Kind of just a snapshot in time picture of a particular class that she was in. And so I just wanted to scrapbook that. And so I'm not going to be good about remembering like collections or whose product it is. I may here and there, but for the most part, I know this is a crepe paper, but this is probably some kind of like combination of collections that I probably put together during a scrapbook weekend. So that was a fun layout to do, though. I always like doing a little bit of a different size every so often. So, and then I did a few fall layouts here. And I think this was like Amy Tangerine's collection that she put out last year for last fall, where a lot of her collection had that fall feel to it. And I'm gonna move you up just a little bit because see if that helps. Okay. So this is, I'm pretty sure, all Amy Tangerine from last year. I love these little like little pockets to put journaling in. And that was just a FBLA event that I scrapbooked of my oldest daughter, and that was perfect for a fall collection. So, and then I have this one, and these are some Thanksgiving pictures, I believe. And so I just did like one photo over here and then a couple photos over here, and kind of grouped my pattern papers and embellishment clusters accordingly. It's called My Tribe. I did some drilling spots and a couple flares. Okay. I'll try not to take forever. I don't have a ton of room on my phone, which worries me because I just deleted a whole bunch of videos and it still isn't giving me a whole lot of time. So we'll see. I have to upload this one and delete it before I can do my haul video. Another thing, fall-ish one. This is from, I think, that same Thanksgiving, just at our meal with our family members. And so we did a lot of really fun clustering here and over here, and then a little bit over here along with the title. And used some cork and some flare and some acetate. Just a really fun variety of textures. There's the cork there, and then the acetate, and then you have some enamel dots, and then your regular die cut stickers and layers. There's that. Some acetate down there, and acetate that says family over here. Went from fall now to spring. This is an Easter layout from a couple years ago, and I'm pretty sure this is Paige Evans just because it looks like her product. And just took advantage of the fun colors of her outfits. I love that her collections a lot of times have purple, and so I happened to be wearing purple in this layout, so that worked perfect. And not a ton of embellishment on this one, just a lot of layers of fun pattern papers or some acetate, and then some bling and some stickers. And then this is one, I think I had done this for a design team layout, and then I think I kind of reworked it a little bit because I wasn't in love with it, but this was in that pile. I think I had also created kind of a kit out of the leftovers from that collection, and I had added in some fall product. There's probably a video on that, I'm sure, that I've never actually like done anything with. I showed you probably the product, and but I did get some layouts made from it. And so this is one of those. I think I have a lot of like hanging like video series out there. Like I started something and then, you know, life just does what it does. So it's all good. So here's some 4th of July layouts that I made a little while back, and this was fun. I just did a banner sticker with a little bit of cluster kind of sitting on top of that, and then some pattern paper and border sticker layers with some other little stickers kind of tucked into each of those layers, as well as a die cut and some silver glittery enamel dots. Okay. Another 4th of July, and this was the 4th of July last year. So my oldest and her friends. And this was kind of a fun, different thing where the pattern paper just comes just on the right side, and then a little cluster just to have a little bit of the colors on the left there. But I did a cluster here and then a little cluster up there. Remember, this is maybe a really cute Echo Park collection from last year, I think. I really liked their 4th of July collection they came out with last year. I think that was Echo Park anyway. Oops, I'm missing a sticker here. It goes right there. Nope, I think it's right there actually. Okay. So one more 4th of July sticker. 4th of July layout. Just some fun layers. I did put some bling in some in the middle of some of these fireworks, just to give the background a little bit of a texture. Okay. Let's see. I know I made this during one of the scrapbooking getaways, and I think this was maybe a kit Angie had bought me, or I'm trying to remember what kit this was. Super pretty though. Or maybe it's there's a new company. Is this Cocoa Vanilla? I'm not for sure. Anyway, like I told you, I shouldn't even try. Anyway, this was just, I got together with some friends, some of my good friends, for some cocktails and dinner, and I wanted to scrapbook those photos. And so I did quite a bit of journaling on this one, and lots of pattern paper, some different clusters of journaling cards and butterflies. Here. And then this one is just a fun picture I had of two of my uncles that were visiting for like one of my great aunt's funeral. And so we just hung out with them for a little bit, and they're notorious for falling asleep, and so I had to scrapbook that picture. So I just kind of layered I kind of stacked some different journaling pieces. I don't remember what collection this was, but and just journaled about that. So I have a very simple layout there. So this is one I did not long after all the quarantine stuff started. There was something going around on Facebook about posting all the vehicles that you had driven or purchased over time, and so I love the idea as just a memory thing. And so I actually looked up all my cars and printed off pictures, and then journaled about each of them. And so I love it when Facebook kind of ideas can spur a good memory keeping idea. Like, oh, that'd be fun to like compare over time. And so this is one of those. So it's like my first car and then the cars I've had since. So it was just a fun exercise. It was fun to like Google them and try to remember what they were and find the exact ones. Like, I'm so shocked I found a baby blue color. Like, that's like the exact car I had. So it was just a really fun project. And so yeah, I love it. And I happened to have some car themed product. It was in one of the oh gosh. See my brains. It's a popular collection or company now that makes collections. I always love their embellishments, but I don't always work well with their papers. I can't think of what they're called now. Anyway, they happen to have one that had a lot of car themed stuff in it, so it worked out perfect. And so there's that one. So I just made sure I had a lot of journaling cards on this one, just because I wanted to make sure I had lots of room to talk about my memories with each car. Okay. This is one about book club. I think this is Paige Evans again, and I just thought there was like this collection, had lots of book themed stuff in it. The colors were perfection just because we had this fun green and red brick wall, and the colors were just perfect. And so I immediately knew right away I have to scrapbook these pictures with this collection because the colors were perfect. And I also love the background paper, which had like, you know, houses and churches and different things, because we over time have kind of, you know, we've gone from going to each other's houses to then going to my coffee shop, so that we kind of during COVID, we changed to that so we could be more spread out. And now we kind of do a mix of both. But it was just kind of a fun, I thought that having that background helped tell that story. And so, and kind of tell a story of our book club and how we work. And so, yeah, I did kind of a silly picture and then a nice photo, because I think we were actually all there at the meetings, just because I think with COVID so much stuff was canceled, it made it easier to get there. And so we had to take a group picture when we're all there, because it doesn't happen very often. So that was a fun page to do. So last year, and I feel like I've already shown these. If you guys have already seen these, I'm so sorry. Last year, Angie came to me in the town that I opened up a shop in last year. We rented out a little house and scrapbooked, and it made it easier for me to kind of manage things that were going on and still get a weekend in. And so I scrapbooked just kind of a bunch of photos from that weekend of the house we stayed in and us going out to eat. We like to take very silly photos, and so that was just a fun weekend to document. I try to document like our scrapbooking adventures. And so I wish I might have to maybe go through and collect all the pictures again and print them again and do like a book, so you can see like our scrapbooking weekends over time. But a lot of times we don't take pictures, which is really odd. Because we're always like hair up in a bun, no makeup. It really truly is like a relaxation thing for us, and a downtime. Like we wear comfy clothes, so we just don't tend to take pictures because we usually just don't look great and don't feel like picture taking. We just feel like scrapbooking. And so anyway, that was a fun layout to do, just to document that. And then here's a page I did. I'm pretty sure this is Maggie Holmes, just from looking at it, and just a picture between opening up the new shop last summer and COVID and everything, I was way overdue on getting my hair done, and I'm there again now. I'll fully admit I really need to get my hair done. So I just took a picture of me getting my hair colored, and then after picture. So there's that. And I figure if it's a layout about getting your hair done, it's perfectly appropriate to put a bow on it. Like, anyway. So I think I may have shown you guys these already. I did a group. I'll just go through them quickly. I did a group of layouts and divided page protectors from the New Kids on the Block, Tiffany and Debbie Gibson concert I went to. I'm almost positive, because I kind of recall chatting with a bunch of people about how they had been to the concert too, because it was a tour. And so I'm just going to go through these very quickly, because I'm pretty sure I've already shown these. I'm almost 100% positive. And so I just did kind of a series of layouts from the concert, and used this collection. I think it was called Teen Spirit, which was perfect. And so these aren't really in a good order. I'll put them in the correct order. But this is where these divided page protectors come in very handy, because when you have a thing where you've taken a lot of pictures, this is me as a kid with an awesome, anyway, these are super handy just to get all those, you know, you took them, and a lot of them are like awesome photos. Like, I love this photo, but I don't need a scrapbook like that by itself. And so these are great to just get all of those pictures in, and some extra journaling. So that was kind of a series of spreads that I did for that concert, but I think I already showed those, so I don't want to take up too much time on those. Which makes me think you guys have probably already seen some of these. I'm so sorry. Here's a layout I did about our opening in the shop that we opened last summer. I had some snapshots from the first few days of gifts we had gotten and people that came to visit us and stuff. So that was kind of a fun layout to do. And it's a very photo heavy layout. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I just kind of sporadically put some embellishments tucked in the pictures. I think that's Maggie Holmes too, I think. Okay. Also documenting our opening of it's our Red Cloud shop. So we have the shop, I live in Blue Hill, which is where our first shop is. And then we opened up one in Red Cloud, Nebraska, which is home of Willa Cather. So for those of you that, you know, recognize her name from English, she's a very popular author. And so Red Cloud is known for Willa Cather because that's where she lived, and a lot of her books are based out of. Anyway, so we opened Red Cloud last year, and then this year we opened one up in Superior, Nebraska. And so these are from Red Cloud opening last summer. And so just a picture of us pointing at our really packed full SUVs after we'd gotten a huge part of our order to get open. So okay, and the picture of our girls as they were kind of helping us. I think it was we had like we opened for just family and friends before we actually opened to the public, and so this is just a fun, cute little picture we took of our girls together. And lots of fussy cutting for this one. I love this paper so much. I think it's Amy Tangerine. And so I did some fussy cutting and lots of layering, and okay, show up a close-up of that. And then a little cluster at the top there. Okay, this is actually old layout that I pulled out because I wanted to get a copy of these two pictures for to show how, like, you know, how back in the day I love these guys, and now I got to go see them in concert. So that's an old layout that needs to get put away. And that's an old layout. I don't know why that is out actually. Okay. More book club layouts. So this is one, it's a 2-pager, and we got to the point where we read our 100th book, and so we had a little party. So just took some fun pictures of that little get together and discussion, and that was a picture that ended up being in the newspaper. The newspaper guy came and took a picture of that. So pretty sure that's some, it's a library themed October afternoon line that I pulled that out for those pictures, which is perfect. And then I was doing a little bit of a series, I remember, on these. I think the series is focused on, I need a journal, was focused on using page protectors, divided protectors to accompany your regular layouts. And so this was a birthday collection that I used for that. So I think I did a couple videos, but then it fizzled out like everything else. So this is kind of a series of layouts that I made with that collection. And again, so you may have seen these already. I love this collection. It was so fun to layer. Like, I love a collection that has a good mix of your bigger embellishments and bigger layers and smaller embellishments, because they're so easy to layer. And so it was crepe paper. I think it was crepe paper. Oh, that didn't sound good. I think it was crepe paper, but I can't remember what the collection was called. Anyway, And so here's some more from that. And this was just a little surprise. Let's see. Oh yeah, this was, so my daughter turned 13 right after COVID stuff started. And so we surprised her with a car parade and a few other things. So I wanted to document this birthday. And so this is just a collection of layouts. And then again, these aren't in order. Then I put this together with those layouts to have the extra photos as well. Now I think I'm into new layouts for sure. So I just made these, so. Okay, so here's a layout that I made. I think this is mostly Simple Stories I Am collection, I believe. And just some fun layering of some papers. And I kind of went horizontal and vertical. And then used a glassine bag. I love using glassine bags. It just softens up the layers a little bit. And some embellishment clusters. Those are just pictures of my friends, or my daughters. Went to the fair with some of their friends, and I had them send me selfies. And this was a picture of my purse. I called it my project purse. Actually, some of you may know this. This is actually an Amy Tangerine purse. So a few years ago, she collaborated with a designer. I can't remember the name. And she came out with 2 different purses. I have both of them. They were kind of pricey, but they've been my favorite purses. This one is in bad shape because I used it so consistently for so many years. And then the second one she came out with was like navy and silver. And I still have it. I don't use it as much, but this one, like a yellow chevron with that camel brown color. It was gorgeous, but it has taken a beating. Like, I've used it for so long. And so now I just only use it when I'm renovating something. So whenever we're preparing to open up a new shop, I transfer to this purse, because then if it gets sawdust or paint or any of that stuff on it, I don't care. Instead of like, if I take a nice purse and set it down and then all of a sudden it's ruined. So, and it can also fit a bazillion things in it. So all the different things you pick up at all the different stores, receipts, all that stuff. And so I just wanted to journal about that, and just journal about kind of the process of opening up a new shop and how much is involved in that. And so you can kind of see it by what's in the purse. So that was kind of a fun thing to document. So I had a fun shopping day out with my girls. We had a day, and I hadn't seen them very much, and so we went out and had a little girls' day, did some shopping, and I think it was just shortly after my youngest's birthday, and so I took her, she got some things for her birthday, because she's kind of getting to that age where she's hard to shop for, so I let her shop for herself, and that was just a really fun day. So just wanted to document that. And then this was actually a layout about Easter and my birthday. And so it was a really late night Easter get together, but when it turned midnight, it became my birthday, because my birthday was the day after Easter. And so just documented that. I think this is Simple Stories I Am as well. Just some fun layers. And then some more with a Simple Stories I Am collection. Just my daughter and one of her friends just want to document their friendship. So did some strips of paper, and then some embellishment and journaling over here. I used a doily from my stash. So what I tend to do in our scrapbooking weekends is I'll start with a collection. Like I started with the Simple Stories I Am, like the most recent I Am collection. And then I usually do about 2 or 3, 4 layouts. And then I start to run out of some product. And so then I'm like, I'm just going to get all my Simple Stories collections out and put them all together. So I had Carpe Diem. I had the original Simple Stories I Am. And so I ended up like then putting them all together. So then a lot of these layouts end up being, the same manufacturer, but from lots of different collections. And it's fun because usually they generally make their collections work together because they all feel and look the same or similar, not the same, but they look similar. And so, so that's what I've been doing lately. And I did that with the Simple Stories for sure. So this, is just, I kind of created, so I know some of these were from, there's a collection that, was at Hobby Lobby. It was like a beautiful floral collection. I can't think of what it was called. But it was like a paper studio, I think, was the manufacturer. And so, I have a whole bunch of this product, and, I can't think of what it's called though, but it's like, I don't have it near me. Anyway, it's like this blue florals and like, I don't know, it's just really pretty, like a 12 by 12 and then 8.5 by 11 paper pad, and then like blooms, petals and blooms or something. I don't remember. Don't quote me on that. Anyway, this was from that collection. But then I also have a kit put together for prom. So anything that's like very blingy, gold, all those kinds of things. And so I kind of meshed those two together and have some prom theme stickers and that kind of thing. So this was just documenting my daughter getting her hair done for prom this last year. And this is from that same collection. This is a 2-pager. Do I have this in the right? I think this is how it is, yeah. Okay, so there's a lot of 2-pagers. And so here are just some fun snapshots from the evening with her. She went with a friend this year, and so I just kind of collected the ones of all of them two together and put them on a page. That was fun. And this particular collection, since she had a very floral dress, and the colors just worked perfect, so I really did a lot of prom pictures with that particular collection. So here's this one. She was so pretty. All right. I'm trying to hurry so I don't run out of time. My camera to shut off on me here. Okay, some more 4th of July pictures. So this last 4th of July, we actually had a bunch of family in town. So I had a few extra pictures than I normally would have. And so this was just a picture of some of the cousins. There was a street dance. We have a street dance usually the night before the 4th or in that general vicinity, that 1 or 2 nights before. And so this was just as they were at the street dance. So that one isn't embellished very much. I feel like that might need some more embellishment, but okay. And we have stickers. And then this will go also next to that one, just a divided page protector of them actually dancing and just some different pictures from that evening. So that will go there. And then 4th of July parade pictures. My youngest was on the Spirit Squad, so she was on one of the floats and then did a dance during the parade, so documented that. And then there was a cornhole tournament, and so I took some pictures of our family members hanging out at that. Did a lot of journaling, kind of just journaling about the whole weekend. We were still in the middle of moving, so it was a little crazy for us, and I had a really busy work schedule, but we still got some good time with them. So that same weekend, our pool, we got a brand new pool in town, and so it had its grand opening. And so this is a fun picture of some of the cousins at that. So I used a summary collection from, I don't remember, maybe Echo Park or Cartabella, I'm not for sure. One of the fun summer collections that I think came out last year, maybe 2 years ago. And then here, my youngest sang the national anthem at a baseball, like a minor league baseball game. And so I documented that using some 4th of July products and baseball products and music product, kind of mixed it all together. And then I did a divided page protector with some of the other offshoots from that evening. So that was fun. I had no reason to buy baseball embellishments before this. And I'm like, well, we were at Hobby Lobby. I'm like, oh, let's grab some baseball stickers because it'll work. Okay, so then I also, this last get together, I basically combined and put together all of my Maggie Holmes product. And the only collection I didn't mix in with it, I have one collection separated that I have with Disney stuff, and then I had one collection that I think it was 2 collections ago that was very vintage, like a very like heritage related. And so I kept that separate, worked with that for a while, then added it. But I took all my Maggie Holmes product, you guys. It was like 4 inches of paper. It was ridiculous, but I worked with a ton of Maggie Holmes product because it's so easy to use. But a lot of this was using that heritage collection. So I took advantage of scrapbooking about my grandma since we lost her this year. And this is one of those layouts about that. I know one of these. So this was actually from a class that we took. I don't remember what class it was, but it was to do like a flip up. And so I did a flip up of a picture. I'm not scared to share it, but it's a little bit more private of us with her in her last, few hours. And then I journaled here. But it was just great to document that while the feelings were still kind of fresh. And and then my daughter had her senior pictures this summer, and so just the colors of actually that collection and just generally Maggie Holmes stuff really fit her clothing choice as well. So I scrapbooked. I had some pictures of her getting them taken, and so I scrapbooked those. And then I had actually, just like 2 days before our weekend, had gotten the permissions to and gotten the photos and the permissions to print them. So I actually finally got to scrapbook some of them already, which is super fun. But these pictures are pictures I took of her getting them taken, if that makes sense. So just lots of just layering and just dimension on this one. It's a heavier layout, that's for sure, but because I have lots of thoughts and feelings about my daughter being a senior, you guys. Oh my gosh. Okay. I've taken these pictures of my youngest doing her makeup for her senior pictures, which is so fun because I love that Mallory got to be a part of it and got to help with it. And she even took some pictures with her. But that was a fun part of the memory, was that she did her makeup and helped her do that part of it. So that was a lot of fun. I use these little paper flowers, just kind of tucked them in. And I made sure I got some cameras on this one, a strip of that camera paper, or no, they're separated. They're fussy cut from paper, and then I just layered them. So there we go. So many layouts, you guys. So this is a picture from that street dance, from the 4th of July street dance. But I took some pictures with some friends, and initially I took the pictures because we were all wearing stuff from the Corner Nook. Like, they had come to visit our new shop and they had both bought clothes. They were both wearing those said clothes. And then I was wearing Corner Nook stuff as well. So we need to take a Corner Nook picture. And then of course we just took pictures as just, a friendship picture. And so anyway, that's why there's this one of just those two. And then, anyway, so that was just a fun memory, and these are 2 of my best friends, and so I just had to document that. And this was also from a class, and it was like kind of focused on stamping, and I think this is a Chamel layout maybe, but just love that. And then this is just a family picture. So my oldest daughter sang the national anthem at state bowling. She tried out for that honor to do that. And so I have those documented separately here, but we had a nice family picture taken. Okay, so I don't actually love this picture because of the stupid masks. Don't get me started. Anyway, but it was a family picture of us that we had taken, and it was, it was nice to have that taken there. So just wanted to scrapbook that. Okay, and then this, trying to think of what collection this is. Not recognizing it for some reason. Anyway, this is a selfie I taken with my youngest, at that baseball game that I showed you earlier, the pages from earlier. But I wanted to scrapbook it separately just because it was just me and her. And so I just did a kind of a layer here. I did like the folding technique. I actually learned this from Dear Lizzie. I did a couple classes like a long time ago of hers, and that was something that she did a lot of. So I revisited that concept, and then I did some down here, and then just kind of scattered some wood veneers and bows and stickers, and love that layout, how it turned out. Okay, I know I'm back to the Maggie Holmes Heritage Collection, and this was one where I just actually scrapbooked my grandma. Like I scrapbooked my memories with her, my memories of the farm, and so I got a piece of a background paper that I would be able to do that with that was lined, and scrapbook some photos of her last couple of days. And then I love that this like chipboard piece was like it almost like looks exactly like the driveway up to their farm, and so that was perfect. And then I just scrapbooked, and I searched long and hard for an owl in any of the collections that I had, because my grandma collected owls, and so I stuck that in there and just journaled. Like that was a very intensive journaling session, but I'm glad I got it done. I'm glad I got a lot of really great childhood memories down, and memories of her. So that is what this hobby is about, right? Okay. So this is some Maggie Holmes product as well, and this is just some pictures from a recent music concert, their spring concert. They wear their prom dresses too, which is so fun because that means they get to wear them at least twice. And so I took some different patterns and kind of layered them underneath, and some doilies, and there's lots of fun layers to this one. I have like multiple of these sheets. It's like music, half gold glitter is one of her specialty papers that she had in one of her collections, and I just love that. So kind of kept that gold glitter theme along the top layers too. So okay, let's see. I think this is another 2-pager. And this is a birthday layout for my youngest from this year. So just kind of put all the, I don't think there's I think this is all of them. Just layered some patterns, and a lot of these are like some older things from my stash. I've kind of created like a birthday kit that has a variety of different collections and birthday themed product. And so I had that with me, so. And I found in my Maggie Holmes huge kit. I also had some just normal crepe paper stuff in there, so not necessarily Maggie Holmes, but like just crepe paper. So it's really kind of more of a crepe paper kit, but it's mostly all Maggie Holmes. This one I love. This is one of my daughter's senior pictures, and a sticker already moved itself here. And I have that. That for now. Okay. And so the colors were perfect, just that camel brown color, and she had black and white plaid pants, so this paper was perfect. And yeah, I'm not gonna talk about it or I just might cry. She's so beautiful, and it's just crazy to believe that we're here already. I know I'm not the only one going through that, but it's hard to believe I have a senior, you guys. It's crazy. Okay, so this layout what is about my youngest who loves storms, and so we went out kind of looking at some weather out in the country, and I took some pictures of her and just wanted to document that because it's been a few years now, so she might end up being a meteorologist or something because she's loved weather and storms and clouds for a long time, so wanted to document that. Okay, so I also have a couple like baggies of school theme supplies and like Blue Hill specific colors, graduation supplies. So whenever I have like an obvious like Blue Hill page I want to do, then I just pull that out. And I have like sports stuff in there. And it's kind of a couple of different bags of sports theme and school theme things. So I pulled that out for a little bit to do a couple pictures. Every year I make drinks for the senior class. Their school counselor buys them for them. And so it's like a big project for me to make them all. But then I always enjoy seeing them. They send me a picture of them enjoying them, and they drink them during their graduation rehearsal. So it's kind of a special thing. I love that we're a part of that. And so I wanted to document that. I've documented the last 2 years, I think. Before that, I didn't get any pictures, but the last 2 years they've sent me pictures, so it was fun. So here's another one of those. And so my husband announces like the home football and basketball games, and my daughters are doing a variety of things. They're usually in pep band, or they're cheerleading or dancing or doing something. And so a lot of times, like this time, my daughter she was, I think, doing something. And so she just sat up there with them in between her responsibilities. And so it was just kind of fun to see my daughter and my husband up there on stage, and that she was, he was still cool enough for her to sit by him in front of everybody. So I took a picture of that and documented that. So. Back to Maggie Holmes, I believe. Or crepe paper, I should say. This was just like, we like play cards fairly often, not as much as I'd like to, but with my brother and sister-in-law that live nearby. And so we were there, and I had this awesome hand. I just took a picture of it just to be funny, but it happened to catch my husband and my sister-in-law like in the background. So it was a really cool picture, but I just wanted to document this amazing hand, but also just our times with them together playing pitch. It's 10-point pitch. So like if I had the two like that, like I would have like shot the moon and won the game. But anyway, or shot the game, I should say. So that was just a fun layout to do. Just again, documenting that kind of normal everyday life type of thing. This I did a little while back because I'm doing a mini album for my Hawaii trip, but then I wanted to pull some pictures out and scrapbook them separately. And so the fact that I went to see one of my really good friends there, I pulled some pictures of me and her together and scrapbooked that separately. These will also be in that mini album, but I wanted to do a separate page on our friendship and just the fact that she lived in Maui and that we went to visit her and spent about 2 or 3 days with them and how amazing that was. So it's fun. And then this layout here, just my youngest and one of her good friends, a picture that they took, and then she sent it to me, and I thought it was super sweet, so I just wanted to scrapbook that. I love all the white space on this layout. I love just that it's really focused on that middle section there. Some more friendship pictures of my youngest and one of her friends. Just kind of journaled about their friendship and took a couple pictures of them. Yeah. So, and this is not Maggie Holmes. This is maybe a Pink Paisley collection. I'm not for sure. But I have a bunch of these that we had taken a few years ago, and I just wanted to scrapbook one of them because I hadn't done that yet. Like I have a couple of them like displayed in my home, but I wanted to scrapbook those, so that was a fun it was a fun memory, but also very fun to scrapbook. I know this is Amy Tangerine, and just a really fun picture of my daughters, how beautiful she is right now, and I wanted to journal about her, and so I did just some fun layering with some of the Amy Tangerine embellishments from that collection. Some layers of pattern papers, tore up some paper, or not, yeah, up here, and then paper clipped it, and then layered a word on there. Love those glitter hearts, are fun. So their layout of her, just documenting a really fun picture of her. Of course, she has her headphones in, which is very this is a very her picture, like the makeup, the earpiece, or the earbuds, the choker necklace, like it's just like iconic her right now. So I love documenting that. And I really wanted to use that rainbow paper, which is really pretty. So that was a really great paper to use with just one photo and keep it pretty simple. And then just a layout again, a picture of her. She's kind of stuffed in the back seat with all these boxes. She was going to the shop with me, and so just it's kind of a funny story. So I documented that. I think that we're back to maybe ones I've already shown you, but I'm not for sure. Off to school, 2020 style. So the face masks, of course, we had to document that, though. Hopefully we aren't doing that again here, but I just wanted to document their back to school pictures. So did that. Or no, actually, this must not have been back to school. This must have just been, after, no, okay, so this is not back to school. This was just after they started their mask mandate. So, because it was in the winter. I'm like, this is a winter themed page. Doesn't make sense that would be in August. So that's what that was. And I must have been doing some winter layouts because I did one here, just a pretty picture of the trees and the ice on them. This is last winter, so did some fun winter layouts here. I think this was a crepe paper winter themed line. Another one here of Mallory and her friend doing a puzzle. They put the fireplace on the TV. I love that. So just documented like just them hanging out, and that was fun. This has a lot of fun layers where I layered papers underneath these little frames. So that this one has a lot more dimension to it than it maybe looks. And then I used some kind of fallish definitely fall product to scrub with these pictures of my daughter. She'd taken a photo session at school, actually as a favor to someone who was submitting a dress that she had made or an outfit that she had made for an art competition, in which she did very well in. But she used my daughter as her model, and these pictures were amazing, and I loved them so much. So I wanted to scrapbook them, and so this is one of them. And kind of, she's like a woodland fairy kind of thing. It's very pretty. It's like, anyway. And so here she's blowing glitter, but this picture is just beautiful. So I just used some wood veneer leaves and some gold wood veneers from an old Maggie Holmes line. Just try to pull the golds and the browns and the, just the real pretty, goldish tones. Yeah. So what I'm looking for. So there's that. Okay. And this is one she'd taken when they were getting her ready. I just loved it. I saw it. She has huge eyelashes and these leaves painted all over her body and her face. And so I just scrapbooked that, kind of documented what she was doing, why she was in this outfit, and why she was taking these pictures. And so that's her. And then another one from that collection of pictures. Oops, things go here, I think. Maybe. Okay, there we go. Okay, so it has some of these gold tassels, a leaf clip there, and then some wood veneers, and just again some more of that just woodsy type of embellishments, and mix in with the gold and the oranges and browns, yellows. And one more of those, and this is the end of the pile, you guys. So this one was fun. I just did like little clusters of leaves as though they're like falling from the sky. And I had these really old like acetates, like these swirlies acetates, and then this like wheat card. So I was able to use up some old product on this. I think even the stickers were older. Lots of really pretty acetate. Just a very light page, but just like kind of an airy but fallish page, because there's a lot of acetate in the glassine bag. So love how that one turned out. That was a lot of fun. All right, you guys, we made it. Now hopefully I can actually like combine these videos, like make this long video and like get it uploaded, okay? Because for some reason my phone doesn't seem to have much room on it. But hopefully this will be up on YouTube here shortly, and I will be back soon with a haul video. I'm so glad to be back. I'm so glad to get these on camera so I can get them put away. And so glad to be back in my scrapbooking space, which I will show you at some point. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care and happy scrapping. Bye-bye.